Okay, here we go. It's another Thursday of drawing. It's not baby animals like it was last week. Sorry,
Not
everybody.
tonight.
Yeah. We're gonna have we're gonna have like 5% of last week's audience.
I'm still recovering.
Yeah, we were like we went from baby animals to like the movie where the children kill each other. Pretty different. Pretty different themes, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna kick it off because we already got quite a few people in here.
Yeah,
So here
there's a
we go.
bunch here already.
Fantastic.
Welcome to Drawing Hive.
All right. Here we go.
We're not going to, cannot start share
Oh,
while
you're not the host. Uh-oh. Here we
something
go.
bad happened.
No, nothing bad happened. I got you. Go ahead. It's usually so much smoother than this, everyone.
There we go. All right. Hi, everybody.
It gives us character.
Yeah,
So-
it does, doesn't it?
We have a little bit of a new setup with the graphics there. So I'm John at the top. Timmy's in the middle. We're co-founders of Visual Arts Passage, and Cassandra Kim is drawing with us tonight and every night, pretty much. How many times have you missed, Cassandra? Once?
Yeah, maybe like once a year something pops up.
Cassandra's a fantastic artist, great painter, and I love that she joins us all the time. So welcome, everybody. We got a fun topic tonight, a little different than last week. We are going to be drawing The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I assume this is relatively recent out. I have not seen this version. I did see the very first version. My 22-year-old son got real excited that we were drawing this tonight. Said that
Oh, yeah. That's
that
cool.
he and his girlfriend had both read all of the books, and thought it was great we were doing it. So I'm relevant in my family, at least.
You're hip. You're with
Yeah.
it.
So
That's funny.
if you're new here, we do 3 poses. We do 2 20-minute poses and then a 40-minute pose. You can stick with one pose the whole time. You can do all of them. I'm going to give you 4 pieces of reference to work from. First off, Tom Blyth. Interesting. I said this to Timmy. I called him. I said, whoever, because I'm getting mostly stuff that was shot around the movie, and the person that was shooting the promotional stuff, the marketing stuff, everything was an upshot. So I thought, but this is an interesting shot, and I'm going to talk about. Go ahead.
John, I watched the movie after you talked about that, and I've got a fun little fact for that on the
Really?
angle. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Proceed. I'll explain.
Okay. Good. Hey, Dale Stephanos just came into the room.
The room is packed.
There you go.
Hey, Dale.
Wow.
Hey guys,
Wow, we had 10 people leave as soon as Dale came in. I don't know what that was about.
the plan worked.
You're always helping, Dale. You're always helping.
All right.
Okay. Second pose tonight. Hunter Schaefer. Killer shot. Love this shot. Love the color. Just fantastic. Jason Schwartzman. And again, 3 poses. I'm giving 4 pieces of reference. You can do either or. And then my personal favorite, Viola Davis. One of my favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's such a great picture, too.
Oh, it's just fantastic. I thought of, when it's funny how you think about choosing reference. And who did I think of when I was picking this piece of reference? I immediately thought of AJ. And I just he's going to do a killer. So anyway.
Fun.
So we are good to go. I'm going to come back to this in just a couple of minutes and talk about some lighting, some things I think about when I'm choosing reference and when I'm making reference, and that will be a kind of our segment tonight, an educational segment. Dale, since you've been here, we've added education to our program.
I'm in the wrong place.
I thought, considering we're an educational provider,
Yeah,
maybe we should talk about it, have a formal bit every night.
Yeah.
Maybe I
It's
should go.
it's a 2-hour show. John makes we have a 5-minute segment.
But hey, the whole thing can be educational. I can
Yeah.
learn a lot sitting and watching Cassandra and Dale.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me how to get more out of this pencil?
Yeah. Well, see, that's where
Tiniest oven.
Blackwing needs to make a special extension for it. Normally, that doesn't fit in a normal pencil extension. So they need to make their own.
All right, well, that
No.
wasn't helpful.
John, after you mentioned the shots and everything, the angles, which was many of the characters had an upward shot. Cinematographer shot it. All the characters with ill will are kind of like ethically questionable, all shot from the floor. And then
Oh.
all of the noble characters were shot either eye to eye or above.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Really intentional. Very beautifully shot movie. So Dale, did you just come in from the waves?
No, that was nuts. This place, this whole area got so slammed.
Yeah, Dale sent me a shot of some pretty
Yeah, I'll
scary
tell you.
waves.
I'll tell you what I did. I came back to a house that had water in the basement. That's not cool.
Oh
Here's a
no.
peaceful moment of the day for all you guys out there. Don't go off on a little play day before checking the basement to see if it's flooded, because you're not going to be very popular when your wife discovers that.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So what were
Was there
you
much
doing today,
damage?
Dale? I can hear that right now. Why our basement was flooding.
Surfer Dale comes
I
home.
know. Well, I had to
Basement's
do it
flooded and he didn't even catch a wave.
once. No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share my other camera until after I do my little talk.
Now, I will say this, please share your work with us tonight. I know a lot of you are drawing along. I did share a link to the photos in the chat. I'll share it again if you joined after that. But please share your work with us on Instagram with hashtag Drawing Hive and at Visual Arts Passage. And then we're going to come up with a fun, unique one for tonight in the Discord chat, which is the Discord is very quiet right now, but they usually churn something out for us, and we'll check out all your art at the end of the night. So really highly recommend participating. It's a fun one. We got a lot of artists here tonight, so I hope new people draw along. And if you would like to join us on Discord, I'm going to drop that link in the chat. What is everybody working with tonight?
Guess I'll just work with a pencil.
You chose a longer pencil now?
Yeah, what the heck? This is what my hand landed on, so we'll try it.
You got a new one. I like that.
Yeah, Drew.
I'm using acrylic paint on cardboard that I treated with GAC 100.
I'm working on masonite that's painted with, covered with exterior house paint on all sides, Cassandra. And I'm gonna start with acrylics and go to oils.
So covered on all sides so it doesn't warp.
Yeah, so, and also is watertight.
Mm-hmm. Hey, congratulations, Dale, on your Society of Illustrator entries. They looked amazing, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's always nice to Nice to be thought of. Hey, former visual arts passage student Miriam Martinsik got a gold, a silver, and
Yep.
honorable mention, and I think in addition to that, I think 6 more pieces into that show. So
Yeah, there were
He's a
10
rock
total.
star.
she is just destroying it.
Well, there was a number of students that did, past students. Victor got a bunch in.
Mhm.
Yeah, a bunch. Yeah, I'm just mentioning them.
Peter did too.
I'm doing a medal
Yeah.
count.
Yeah. You shooting for the top.
It's an Olympic year, so
Yeah.
I'm counting medals. Not mine, of course. Is this movie out yet?
Yes, it is. I watched it at home. I think it was a direct to streaming. I believe it's a direct to streaming. I don't know.
Oh, is it
It's hard
any
to
good?
know now. It's hard to know anymore.
How is it?
I loved it. I loved the books. They're not like, it's not infinite jest. But it's it's like it's fun. I think for a young reader, it's a pretty smart book.
Yeah.
For an adult reader, it's just fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, was this one a book? Is this one different? Because I read the original series
It's a
like
prequel.
over.
It takes place like 20 some years or something after the first Hunger Game.
Right, but did this come out as a book first? I'm just not.
Yes.
I'm like
Yes.
I read the
Yes.
series, but this must have been out
Yes.
after that series. Okay.
Yes. Yes. And the director, all of these have been done by the same director. And the director has said the franchise will not move forward unless a book is written. Which
I
is
like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed the books when I read them.
I have a friend who is an engineer, and I've known him since we were like 19. And he had never, people are going to be upset about this, but some people just don't read. And he had never read a book. He was like, I've never read a book. It just never happened. I've spark noted my whole academic career. It wasn't something he was proud of. He was just like, I've never read a book. And when we were like in our early 20s, he got hooked on the Hunger Games franchise. And it was pretty adorable.
That's funny.
Because also it would be like, yeah, I've read 3 books. Yeah.
Fantastic.
He was just like, he's a math guy.
Hey, Timmy, will you do me a favor while I'm sitting here watching Dale and Cassandra? Will you like just spotlight each of them for a minute or so?
God. Now I'm gonna start drawing. Oh no.
I'm looking at it, I'm watching Dale draw, and I kept saying, wow, did he do any kind of planning? Did he do any like search lines or anything?
No.
That's amazing.
Well, let's see how the final.
Well, it's amazing that you do it with such a sharp pointed, interesting pencil, where you're not, I have to like, start big picture and work my way in. I did my drawing in pencil but I spent about 25-30 minutes drawing it before we started tonight. And I got all kinds of lines and measurements and stuff all over mine. I can't believe your acclimate is so good. You just get there that way.
It's you know what it is, John. It's I'm kind of rusty with just putting down a line solid. So I've got a really light touch, but we figured it out at some point. When I was doing caricatures at parties, after about 10 years, 12 years, I had done easily 100,000, 100,000 drawings. So
Wow, that's
you know,
awesome.
after a while, it was just like, just put it down and then deal with it, So that's what I tend to do. I tend to just kind of get something down and then try to fix.
Yeah. I actually have a harder time drawing with line, I'm so used to the pastels are approaching more like Cassandra approaches and just trying to get shape that way. And I know that the things that I've started like that, I struggle with much more that way.
Yeah.
You
It might come
you
from,
got some major chops.
and well, that's nice of you to say, but it might come from like all those years, it was Sharpie and that was it. So
Hmm.
you can't exactly explore shape, right? I don't,
Yeah, no.
I think this is a really good thing to bring up and talk about how people start. Now, this is just somebody who's practiced and practiced and practiced. When I'm drawing with pastel, I kind of feel I feel more comfortable in it, by putting like a tone down of the shape and then just keep working from the general to the very specific. And I just find it so impressive. You put something down and deal with it, with line that way. Timmy, can you share Cassandra's or spotlight Cassandra?
I just made a bad spot.
It's like the opposite of approaches, put
yeah,
down flat shape and then start, working from the vague to the specific with that flat shape.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we have a lot of pixelation on Cassandra's end.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cassandra.
she did that on purpose.
Oh, mine over here, it looks clear on my page, or like when I see it.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's
sorry.
something- I think I'm getting a notification that your Wi-Fi is weak, unfortunately, but it is okay.
Because she's
Everything's
working on
okay.
cardboard.
Yeah.
If she was working on really expensive paper, it would be super clear.
Yeah, I'm the cheap date here. I just like cardboard.
That's great. I love that this is I'd say it's more of my approach, but I did for me, like to get a portrait to be really accurate, to do something and really think about, form shadow, cast shadows, how light is explaining the form. It's easier for me to see it in shape first, but doing a good draw, a solid drawing before you start painting for me is, I'm not as brave as Cassandra. I've always done that. I've always put a drawing down. I don't with landscape or anything, but I'll put, even if it's not a detailed drawing, I get a drawing down before I start my, head painting.
Well, I feel like this way, like it won't be right. Like right now, it's not right. But because everything is so loose and just shape based, I'm forever adapting and adjusting, and it gives me a lot of wiggle room to be wrong and go from there. So I think it gives me confidence to just slap stuff down and then fix it as I go.
Yeah, it's funny how I learned how to paint was doing, painting head studies from life. Artists I studied with for 2 summers, a guy named Daniel Green, was a superb
Wow.
artist. And
I didn't know you studied with him.
I spent 2 summers
Oh,
when I was 17 and 18 years old. Then my rest, the 2 summers after that, I went to the illustrators workshop. Daniel Green was an exceptional artist, and the thing that I loved what he did is he would do these demos in either oil or pastel, and he approached oil paint exactly like he approached his pastels. He would mix a color and just put it on the canvas and wouldn't touch it. And so it was just very direct. Didn't do any mixing on the canvas. And in fact, I didn't understand it at the time. My dad telling me this, he goes, "Oh my God, that guy should just do work like that all the time," because he said there's very few people that could do that. And it was so spectacular. The crudeness and the directness of it. He did, a lot of people know him for his like subway paintings and stuff where they're very polished and finished. Timmy, can I do my little educational thing now?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, this is we're kind of, for anybody new joining us or for any long listeners who weren't here last week, we've got a new segment we're adding to the show. Uh called like the Get Smart. 5 minutes.
That's
5 minutes
really
to get
that's really
smart.
scary with who's delivering it right now.
Yeah. This is the
So
Get Smart segment. So
yeah, be careful of calling it that. So we're going to talk a little bit about effective lighting. Can you see my screen, Timmy? Am I sharing?
yeah, it looks great.
Good. All right. Well, there's not much to see right now, but lighting is a huge part of just like even choosing this photography. This is the lighting on this piece. I have a photograph of it in black and white, and it's very subtle, but it is short loop lighting. And it's something I'll get in and explain a little bit further, but these are the true lighting scenarios. The Rembrandt lighting, which we're all very familiar with, or you should be. The reason why there's so many paintings and photography that's been done with these lighting scenarios is they explain the form really well. They draw the form really well. Rembrandt lighting, you can imagine, well, first imagine this. Imagine you have a single light source. This is a really expensive $12 light from Lowe's. That included the bulb. But it's a clip-on light that painters, it's called a painter's light. That little aluminum bell house that it has really aims the light directionally. It's very inexpensive. That the light stand's much more expensive than that, but you can get a inexpensive light stand, or you can clip it to a door. You can have a gaffer, which is another person, hold it up and move it for you. But imagine putting this light on this piece of sculpture or on a human head. And, imagine starting up high. You can see that the light source in the Rembrandt lighting, that the light source is coming from the upper left-hand side on the Rembrandt lighting, the first one on the left. And it's filling in the eye sockets pretty much. The one eye has light on the lid. One is almost completely in shadow. And then that little triangle of light. And that is true Rembrandt lighting. Short loop, which is very close to it, you just pull the light further forward and it shows more of the features. The shadow that's created underneath this nose that's why it's called short loop. It's the loop of shadow underneath the nose. And you can see it in butterfly lighting, which is like directly above that, and it's the shape of the shadow underneath. They're describing it as butterfly. It's the light is centered and it's pulled forward so that the shadow is not very long. If you were to push the light back, that shadow would get longer and longer. And there is a really nice grouping of form shadow and cast shadow when you do this. I mean, a cast shadow has very hard edges to it. As it's closer to the object that's in front of the light that's casting the shadow onto the rest of the face, the lines get harder and it gets softer as it gets further away. It gets lighter too. Form shadow is just the whole object turning away from the light, can be very soft, like on the side of this cheek here. This is a very strong cast shadow underneath the chin here and onto the neck. The head is casting a shadow onto the neck. And you can see how hard it is, and it gets softer as it gets further from the object. Another great lighting scenario that we've all seen looking at comics and looking at movies and cinematography is horror lighting, where you just kind of completely turn everything upside down, put the light underneath the individual and shoot and have the light explain everything from beneath it. The drawing that I do, unless you're doing a line drawing, like very flat light, meaning that the light is very even and there's very little shadow, almost like a flash bulb, that can be very helpful in drawing in line. because it kind of puts a line around everything. And it's I've done that before. It's fun to shoot reference that way. But if I'm painting and I want form to it, I usually stick with Rembrandt and short loop lighting. And that's most of the photography I choose that we draw from, because it explains the features, it explains the head so well. We're using, and I guess in October, we're kind of leaning towards the horror side maybe. But these are not, it doesn't have to be exactly this. You can get great variations of these, but these are just starting places. And if you stick with Rembrandt and short loop to start with, it's great for shooting your own photo reference. The last thing, the reflector and no reflector, you see this in the bottom right corner. Oh my gosh, Ray Bonilla is here. This bottom right hand corner, you can see this little white corner. That's a piece of foam core, just a glossy piece of cardboard. And I don't have another light, but look at the reflected light that it creates. And so I'm using a reflector. The one in the middle on the bottom has no reflector, and you get lost edge, which can be very good if you want to do a painting with lost edge. But if you want to really see the form and see the whole shape, you can throw a reflective light in. And you don't need another light. You can do it with another light source, but you can just do it with a piece of cardboard and just keep angling it, controlling the angle, how close you get to it. These are the things that will give you the most, just these simple tools, the reflector, the light, and then your subject will give you huge control on shooting photo reference. Anybody want to add, Dale or Ray or Cassandra, you want to add anything to this? I mean, this is stuff we've all learned early on and we use every day.
No, I feel like you're dead on that. I just being aware of like the classic ways of lighting definitely just helps set you up for creating good portraits. So I think you covered it really well.
Good.
Yeah. One thing I always stress is that it's much easier to draw from reference that has some contrast. There's a difference between flattering photography, which kind of flattens out all the features and it doesn't give you a lot of contrast and a lot of shape. That's a horrible reference to draw from, because you can't grab any form out of it, right? And often some of these lighting schemes will not produce the most flattering photography, but it's great to work from.
Right. Again, you maybe that should be our next discussion, but value control, light hitting form, you can control how dark or light that value is. If you're consistent with it, I mean, you can, just like lightening up a piece of photography in Photoshop or in any kind of photography application, you have control of that. Dale brought up something else that I should mention before. This is really helpful for shooting photo reference. It's also really helpful for thinking about finding good reference. I like to create my photo reference for most everything I do on my own paintings. There's times that you have to use photo reference. Practice drawing from life. There's more information when you're drawing from life. When you go to a figure class, it's three-dimensional. You can look around things. You can see things. You can understand why things work a certain way. A lot of practice doing that, you can apply that information to photography. It makes drawing from photo reference easier. Like in an academic process, I showed you how to envelope last week and, use search lines and stuff to find the shape of things. When you're drawing from life, everything it's very dimensional. When you draw from photography, it's already, the first step's already done. It's already flattened in 2D for you. You can fill in with a lot of practice from drawing from life that information, because you know how things work and you have the information. So anyway, I'll leave it alone for this tonight, and I hope you find this helpful. I did this specifically for Ray. I knew he was I knew he needed to-
Hey, John, I got a question from the audience though.
Sure.
Is the no reflector situation also with Rembrandt lighting?
Yes. Good call. Very good call. That is Rembrandt lighting. One of the things that, I like, I challenge students when they're learning effective lighting, just go through and look at paintings from the past and try to nail down their lighting scenario. It's great. It's great practice. And
All right.
all right. Well, good deal.
I didn't mean to cut you off, John.
No.
I was just gonna say we're at the end of our first pose, and we just picked out our first hashtag too. So we're moving on to the second image for reference. Please post your work to Instagram using hashtag Drawing Hive, at Visual Arts Passage, and hashtag Drawing Hive Hunger. So drawing Hive Hunger. I'm taking Xander's word for it that it is available. If it's not available, Xander,
It's on Xander.
yeah.
No pressure, Xander.
I'll be sending you a direct message.
Yeah, you'll be signing up as volunteering as a tribute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wanted to do a Hive volunteer as tribute, but you can't say it well and it's too long. But I thought that was good. Ray, is this your first
Hey,
episode with
everyone.
us in 2024?
It is. Happy New Year, everyone. And
Well, we did that last week.
Well, happy New Year.
It's bad when Dale is the only one wishing me well this new year.
Well, I'm wishing you well because I'm anticipating how sad you're going to be in the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
Hell, come on. Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, sports talk, sports
What?
hive.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I wanted to. One thing I wanted to say about the reference is something that my teacher Bill Mon used to always say. How important he used to stress how important good reference photography and understanding how to take good reference was. And he would, one thing he would always say is that most drawing problems, or a good amount of drawing problems, I should say, don't come from lack of skill. It's just lack of good reference.
Yeah.
So you could see, like, if you had issues like weird camera distortion in your reference or not enough information, it's not a surprise it's going to show up in your own work.
That's usually the biggest mistake that people, when they start out, they may get the lighting right, the scenario right. But generally, because most people are using the iPhones or smartphones to shoot their reference now.
Yep.
And the biggest mistake they make is get too close to their subject matter, and there's all kinds of distortion to it. And it's funny how we accept photography that's really distorted. But when you go and you start using it as reference to draw from it, you're like, hey, this is just way out of whack.
Yeah.
And so what we're drawing right now is really distorted. There's a lot of foreshortening to it.
Yeah, you don't realize the left eye is 3 times the size of the right eye unless you actually measure it on the reference, and you're like, what? It's like my favorite part of teaching. Like, look how big you drew this eye. It's beautiful, but it's 4 times the size of the opposite eye.
No, that never happens.
Oh, wait, let's check the reference.
Ray and I did a portfolio talk last night and reviewed some portfolios and talked about what we think is important about portfolio. And a lot of the work that we looked at, one of the biggest, we said it so many times, was you need reference. You could tell that people could draw pretty well because they showed a drawing, pretty high drawing acclimate and understanding of light and form in other pieces. And then there would be pieces that, like, looked totally different, where they really struggled with, and it was because of the reference.
Yeah, isn't it amazing the quality drop off on the
Yeah.
pieces? Like it's almost it was like wow, just between from one piece to the other, and reference being that, being the culprit.
Yeah, sometimes on the same piece,
Right.
like the clothing.
Like this is beautiful. I could tell you know how to draw value, but then what's this? What's this other thing next to it? It's like you clearly didn't have reference for this,
Yeah, it's real. It can be real obvious, and it's like when people they'll have a really good headshot, and they'll use that as reference, and then they'll try to make up the clothing.
Yeah.
It's like, kind of, you can't do that. One of my favorite Chris Payne quotes is, "I'm as good as my reference," and that's a guy that draws as well as anybody I've ever seen. I mean, the guy just has
he's so
an
good.
amazing drawing skill, and he can distort reference really well. Like looking at, we all know how great Norman Rockwell was in so many things. Norman had the ability to get so much mileage out of his reference when you go and you can, I can't remember, well, Ray's here, I don't have to worry about looking anything up. What's the name of the book, this photography book, where they,
It's how I make a picture.
say it again?
I think it's How I Make a Picture.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the famous artist course that they turned into a book. You talking
Yeah.
about?
Well, no,
Yeah.
when showing whichever one they show a lot of his photo reference, the characters he shot, there's like children in the neighborhood, people down the street, almost everything was somebody he saw on the streets or knew. And then how much he changed the characters. And
Here it is.
and they were good to start with, but they were incredible after he drew them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, behind the camera. I was gonna say there's like that's like the more contemporary one where you really see Dale, look at this thing.
Good stuff.
I need that. I need that book.
Right?
Look at that piece of foam core, folks.
Damn,
Oh my
you
god.
guy's smart.
Um,
He could be on here.
look at
Wait a
this.
second.
Right?
Wow.
There's a wonderful I don't know if it's in here. Look at that, huh?
Ugh,
Even for
That's-
the little drawings,
He's
that
okay.
was dialed in, right?
good.
Amazing.
I love that.
Um,
That whole like stepping on the book thing to simulate walking. I totally stole that. I saw that. I was like, why am I not doing that?
and look at him directing here.
Yeah.
Right?
So great.
Yeah.
I'm making a note of this book so I can buy it.
Today
camera.
I did an interview with Leslie Kober today, which will be out soon.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And Leslie's the great illustrator. Her father was a phenomenal illustrator. She's also right now the president of the New York Society of Illustrators. And we talked about so many different things, and drawing and reference, and it was just fantastic to listen to her, because she approaches it a very different way than I do, and than others here in the room. But she's an amazing drawer, and what she does, she says now the look and thing comes from drawing from life. That's what she did her whole childhood. She just drew from life all the time.
Huh.
That was her training her father gave her. She practiced drawing from life.
Well, yeah, her father was pretty good.
He was okay, yeah.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I totally wasn't obsessed with Alan Kober when I was in college.
He was amazing. Funny talk is like, she was talking, this kind of related to, I kept thinking about Timmy when we were talking about this. She was talking about how gentle and her father was, as far as nurturing her and said he really protected her from so many things. He knew that the industry, her working in the industry, she was going to get comparison. I can talk to you about that forever. But he said her father was really, just concerned about it and always kind of looked out for her. And I thought that was really nice. And I just started thinking, it's like, my dad did that too, but in a very different way. He did it by being difficult, and he did it the opposite way. And I brought up Timmy's experience, his quote about somebody coming up and say after his father had passed away and said, "Oh, I knew your father so well. We were great friends. He was the sweetest, most gentlest man." And Timmy walked away. It was just like in his head, he's saying he didn't know him at all.
I was like, that guy. I literally went up to my brother. I went up to my brother and like nodded to that guy. I go, that guy's a liar. Stay away from him.
I think he's here for the hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, I don't know what he's here for, but
Well, Alan had a reputation of being like, especially with students, about being extremely direct and really gave you a tough critique, but he was honest about it. And I remember, at the illustrators workshop, the first year I attended the full thing, they assigned you somebody to review your work. And I got Alan as the first person to look at my work that I did for the assignment. And I just remember thinking, it's like I got a draft notice. I was really sweating. And he was direct. Got the point across, but he was an amazing teacher. And just, if you don't know his work, look him up. If you don't know Leslie's work, look her up. And now she's, the president of the Society of Illustrators, which is a very important organization to all of us in this room.
So Dale, I was thinking about asking you this week because and without diving into a politics conversation, you're an illustrator and it's an election year. Do you see like an uptick in the certain type of work you're doing, or does that change much at all?
I used to, but the events of 2016 outpaced satire. So
Yeah,
to 2016 and the years afterwards, and that kind of work really dropped off.
seriously.
Oh my God! It used to be, guaranteed. It was kind of like the Christmas season. Every election year was, just really busy.
Can you help me understand that? So like things in the media got like so zany that like an illustration like wasn't zany enough. Is
Well,
that?
Yeah, for what how do you do satire with that whole thing?
Yeah,
He was
It's
doing
certainly-
satire. He was doing satire so much better than the reality was, so much more satirical than anything we could come up with. It's like Steve Brodner used to do, a lot of kind of satire work, and he's pretty much doing journalism now,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but I mean, things go in cycles, and
Yeah.
I will probably be long dead by the time that cycle comes back around. So I'm enjoying myself.
John, I'll be honest. We were gonna do a vote with the audience because we don't really know how everybody would feel, but we were like, it's an election year. Maybe we should do it. I was like, let's step softly. But maybe we do a politics night, and then we were like, maybe we do a politics night where we do 2 politicians and 2 baby animals. Just like even things out,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That's what I kind of based my career on for a long time, and I love the whole circus, but things just got way too weird. So I think editors in particular, not art directors as much, but I think editors, along with the rise of the comment section,
oh yeah.
I think they kind of ran for the hills, basically, as far as satire is concerned.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, it is interesting because I think of the like the satirical illustrations that I think of that like I don't know that probably got the most, not that are, I'm not saying that they're the ones that are the funniest or the best, but the ones that I think probably got the most playtime. I think of Trump at the Desk by Tim O'Brien, right? In the storm. Isn't that Tim O'Brien in the Storm?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think of Steve Rodner. I think it was for Vanity Fair. I could be wrong, but Steve Rodner did this amazing spread of kind of Trump world, and
Okay.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
And he just did one for the Washington Post that was incredible too. The whole, that whole world. The other thing too is I'm kind of glad I didn't get a lot of that work, because what you see, like when I see my friends, like I'll see someone like Jason Seiler post, he works quite a bit for a magazine called The Week, which is a remnant of the Weekly Standard, which was a conservative magazine, but it was like a traditional conservative magazine, not a wacko like conspiracy theory spouting media thing. But he'll, when he posts stuff that he did, he just gets endless amounts of flack from people who disagree with whatever that publication's politics are. And it's like, well, he's posting, he's posting his work. He's not making a political argument. But I also understand how people might not
Yeah.
be able to discern, oh, okay, this is an artist posting work, not making a political statement.
Yeah. I was like, John and I were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm just imagining the email responses I'll get.
Yeah.
I was like, we're gonna be burning the boats if we do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, you know what? If we're gonna stir up some interesting emails,
Yeah.
some of those inactive subscribers, we're gonna activate them.
Yeah.
No, it's just an idea, people.
Well, that was a fast track to quickest way to DDoS attack, right? So
Yeah.
if you're looking for a new web host, or if you're looking to test the strength of your web host.
Yeah, that would be a good. We just did this for scientific purposes. That's
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's good. That's good.
This is for a study. All right. So is as far as like the career of let's start with illustration, then we can talk about like fine art, gallery art. What does January look like, you think, for most illustrators, as far as schedule and busyness or urgency?
For me, that was always the slowest month.
Yeah.
I think people are still on vacation,
Yeah.
or take, like I on the illustration side, I have a lot of auto replies, hey, I'm out of the office till the 20th,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Yeah. This
Have you-
in August.
Yeah. Have you guys ever set up an auto reply for your email?
No.
No.
No way.
No, only for
I-
teaching.
Yeah, I get that for teaching, but I've always been like, man, what a lot. When I get an auto reply from somebody, I'm like, you're living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You're just throwing it back in my face.
I was like, why did you even have to tell me this?
Yeah, I know.
No.
They're like, I'm in Barbados.
Yeah.
That's the response that you would get back. Hey, Ray, you got that piece finished up yet?
Yeah.
I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Just want to make sure you're working on it.
Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
meet when I get back.
Yeah, I'm pretty tech savvy. I wouldn't even know it. That's how far away. I've never even needed to know how to do it.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, when I first did it for teaching, I had to look up a tutorial. which is hilarious. You know?
Yeah. That's pretty funny. No, I'm not proud of it, but I'm always plugged in. I think I'm gonna do a dumb phone month to
You have one.
I know I do. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
And also I was like talking about the T9 life, and here I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, you got like a flip phone?
Well,
He's
I
got,
use-
but
when I go dumb,
yeah, there it is.
I use this phone, which is
Oh, cool.
amazing. I love it, but no matter what, I got to carry around the school phone. So like I've got a phone no matter what.
Oh, that's for when I text you because I can't get into the class.
No, your dumb texts go to the dumb phone.
The tail phone?
Yeah, dumb text, dumb phone. But then I found this guy today, and I was like,
Oh, sweet. Is that a razor?
yeah, it is.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wow.
It was just in my desk drawer,
Oh,
which is wild. And I was like, oh, this will be fun. I was like, this is back when texting and driving, you didn't have to look at your phone. You just felt. It was like
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. Like you just knew where all the buttons were, and you were driving, but you could do it at the same time.
yeah. I remember seeing. I
You
remember
sound
seeing
so
high
safe in
school-
this moment.
Yeah, I remember seeing kids.
I mean,
do
he
that.
wasn't, but here, that's how kids did it.
Right, right.
We were.
I could T9. If anybody doesn't know what T9 is,
What is that?
it's Dale, you know what it is. Are you joking?
T9? I have no idea what T9 is.
Oh, T9 is the old texting system that was numbers as letters. So like to type in A, you would hit 2 once, but to type B, you would hit 2 twice.
You've lost me. I'm
Oh, look at my video.
Yeah. So like you see, you notice like it says like ABC on 2.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the old, yeah.
Yeah. So like to say hello, you'd be like H dot E dot
Oh
L.
my God.
dot L dot L.
But that just says
Oh.
you had it memorized. I never did. Even though I would text all the time, I'd still be like, wait, what number is that one
I sent
on?
my
Yeah,
first.
I knew people that were really good. Really good.
I was a speedy texter because I was 14 when texting was even like on most people's phones. I remember my first text was in our living room to my brother next to me, and it just said, "Hey dude," and it cost 75 cents.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And but then
Worth
but then like it really started to peak by the time I was like a senior in high school. And so like you were texting constantly, but it was wild because like if I texted Ray, I said, "Hey Ray, what are you doing tonight?" And then like John texted me and said, "What are you doing tonight?" Like it wasn't a conversation, it was just like messages you got. So then if Ray
Right.
texted me again, there would be a new message from Ray. It was just one giant inbox. It was like a complete mess. Like there was no like text history with Dale. It was like everything was linear. Anyways,
Oh, no history at all. Yeah, that's funny. Huh.
yeah, that's the end of my tech talk.
Back in my day.
That's
I don't know. I think
101.
it's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It is. It
it
is.
is.
It's like the
I-
Bakelite phone era for us, you know?
Yeah, I've got like a little
I feel
phone.
so old because
Yeah.
I remember I was like on a trip in London visiting a friend, and they were like, it's all over Europe right now. And I was like, is it? And they were like, yeah, it's going to be a thing. And I was like, I don't see this ever being a thing. And that's how I know I'm really old, because all people want to do is text instead of talking.
Cassandra, that was actually my response to it. I was like, why would I do that when I could just call them?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
I know,
you know,
John,
I studied it in England, and we all had prepaid phones, and we all texted because it was way cheaper to text than it was to
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
everyone
Everybody
texted.
in England were doing it first. Totally.
Oh, it was fun. I remember when I was living in France, I bought like a burner and it was just like texting. It was still a blast, off the rails texting. It was so much fun. But now it's like
Bonjour, dude.
pain. Yeah.
It's Timothy.
Salut. You say
Timothy.
way.
How was it?
Yeah, Timote.
Timothy.
Everybody, we're moving on to the third and final. It's a long one. It's 45 minutes. So please post your work to Instagram. Man, Xander, it'd be so helpful if you post that again in Discord. But the hashtags are hashtag Drawing Hive, hashtag or at Visual Arts Passage, and hashtag Drawing Hive Hunger. Please share your work with us tonight. We want to check it out at the end of the night, and it'll be fun. It's going to be fun. Somebody asked, why did you flip the image? I don't know who did that. Was that you, Ray?
Ray did,
Yeah, it's me.
I did that.
Yeah. It's usually to get a fresh look at it. Your eye gets tired. And so flipping it horizontally will just reveal all of the mistakes, if there are mistakes, because it's almost like a new way of looking at it. That's why artists have mirrors in their studios, or look through their piece, look at their pieces in reverse or upside down.
Yep.
I mean, I
It's
invented it,
really,
of course.
really.
I always got such a kick going to my father's studio when I was a kid, and he always had a reducing glass. Looks exactly like a magnifying glass, but it reduced everything. And so he would constantly be looking through his reducing glass at his image.
Huh.
It's easier.
I gotta
Oh,
get one of
man.
those.
Now
Easier
I
than
want one.
getting up and walking across the room.
Do they sell that at Blick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, really?
yeah, sure.
Reducing.
Oh man, I just made an order today too.
I don't know.
I totally want one now.
You'll be able to find one.
A reducing.
Can you like give us a VAP one?
Yeah, Timmy, is there a?
Hey, send one out.
I mean, I got a VAP
Kind of
timer.
Christmas present or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I
Oh,
missed that
it's-
because I'm too busy trying to charge my razor because I want to see if there's any photos on this phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
see
we're hearing
here.
about important things that we need as faculty here.
All right.
Sorry,
Look at that.
Timers. Yeah.
Reducing glass.
I mean, you know what a reducing glass is, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's the opposite of a magnifying glass. I mean, it's just looks
Right.
exactly like a magnifying glass, but it makes everything smaller.
I've never heard about this,
I've
No,
never.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, I've
but
I've
I
heard
want
of
one now.
Oh, listen, Ray. Oh, I've heard you. I've heard it. You never.
it. You ever heard of a oh my god, what did they call it? Wyeth and those guys used it all the time. It was like a red.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I actually used that. What's that called?
Oh my god.
You can do it with like red, you know, with a red gel.
Right. Yeah. Why am I blanking on this? Oh my god.
Yeah, I am too.
You're slipping, Dale.
I'm
Excuse me.
much older than Ray though, so he shouldn't be. He's got that child fatigue thing going on.
I
John,
know.
John, you'll like this. The one photo on my phone is at a Jayhawks game.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
It's so small I can't tell basketball or football.
Football.
I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa.
impressed.
You're allowed to talk about sports, but Dale and I can't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just
I don't-
saying, Ray's not going to want to talk about sports very, very shortly.
all I can say, yeah, all I can say
I'm
is
just
that
pouring one out for old Bill. I know. I feel it too. Dale,
all I can
it's okay
say
to be
is
sad.
that
He's
there was
tough.
the episode of 2023 where Cassandra wasn't here. And no matter what we did, we talked about boxing and MMA for like 90 minutes.
And it was awesome. No,
We're like, there were like 15 people listening by the end of it.
No, they all muted everything.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they weren't listening at all.
Dale and
That's-
Dale and I finished that segment with lawnmowers we were interested in.
yeah.
I think I like jokingly was like now like I jokingly went back to it as a topic, and then John was like, "Yeah, but I mean, it's the punching power of Tyson." It was like,
I heard
we're just like a magnet.
it's funny. We were at we went to a restaurant the other night, and there was a couple that it was obviously their first date. And this guy, it was just like that. He was talking about Mike Tyson. He was talking about No Country for Old Men.
Oh, he's just bringing out all the hits.
The Joker, like every guy thing you could think of talking about. Is she was like 45 minutes. She was just silent.
Oh,
First and last date.
Yeah, he never asked about her.
You sure they weren't married, Dale?
I know, it's really funny. It's really funny. No, because I said
Sounds like that sounds like
just
me and
hearing about this.
that sounds like me and Gianna's last date night.
I know Gianna will never
yeah.
stop talking about MMA. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
no,
Yeah.
it goes on. and on.
MMA and the Coen brothers.
I
Yeah,
know.
just don't get her started.
Really, the Coen brothers again.
And Ray, all yours are about different mic equipment for your
Oh my god.
different
Yeah. and
streaming
like,
setups.
it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's getting into I'm starting to get into like photogrammetry.
What?
I'm just
I don't even know what that word
I'm
means.
hopeless.
What is
It's
that?
Sounds fancy.
So you know how artists, well, we like okay, so there's photo reference, right? Of course, but
Yeah.
now you can do photo scanning. So instead of photographing a model, you can scan them with your phone, and if you do it in diffuse light, you could put the light anywhere you want. Boom, done.
Oh.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like people are, you know how like when they illustrators, you know, when we like combine multiple photo references for, you know, to get a specific image. Artists now, there are a lot of artists now that are actually, I just finished I did recording an episode with this artist, concept artist and art director. His name is Leo Avero. And he worked on like Blue Beetle and a bunch of video games. And I mean, he's incredible. Timmy's seen his work. It's like, and he does his own like animated shorts. They're so
Yeah,
high in
it's-
production, but
It's wild.
he said like that's the thing that everyone's doing now. Like he'll go down, like he'll go for a walk and then just scan. He's like, I just scanned this. He's from Indonesia, so he's like, yeah, I was just walking and I just decided to go and scan this temple, and now I have it.
so how do you do it? Do you have to like walk all the way around it?
Yeah, up and down. You do it slowly, so it takes a little bit
So-
longer.
Basically, you've turned your phone into a 3D scanner, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because the new phones have LiDAR on them, so it can
Yeah.
gauge depth, basically. Yeah.
Can you do
It's
that
called
with-
Scaniverse. It's on the iPhone. The one I use it's free. Yeah, Scaniverse. And I'll see if I can I don't know if I have I went to the Met. I wasn't around because I was last week because I was out of town in New York City, and I went to the Met Cloisters for the first time.
I love cloisters.
Yeah, and I've never been there. I had been there, but I'd never been to the Met part, which is wild. But so I decided, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could scan stuff. And man, it was so much fun. I was definitely that guy.
Oh.
Oh wow, your family's gonna
You know.
really enjoy being with you.
Oh man, it's the worst, right? So yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm a lost cause. It's
Yeah.
over, you
Dad,
know?
Dad, can we go now? No, 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 no. Wait.
Yeah, just one more pass. One more pass,
I
kid.
need this
I've got to
vending
scan
machine
this
reference.
unicorn tapestry. It's a must.
Yeah, no. I need this vending machine reference. It's gonna come in handy someday.
It's like just think about it, kid. Just think about it.
Yeah,
Think
we
what you
used to
could
get
do.
cigarettes from a vending machine. This won't be around anymore.
You don't want to live a life of regret. Let's just get it. Let's just get the scan right now.
We used to have cigarette vending machines. I need
But
this
now they're
scan of
automatic.
this it's too funny.
That's been
Okay.
a lot of vacation of mine that I've been on, and shooting photo reference of landscape has been, if my wife and I don't argue much, but that would be it right there. This is supposed to be a vacation for everybody.
Yeah, but if you just look at, isn't the light just beautiful? I mean, I
Yeah.
could, yeah.
You'll-
Yeah.
Well, the other thing about that, which happened as like a secondary benefit from that, is the amount of photography I have of my children.
Mm.
Right.
I had my camera with me all the time. She likes that part.
Same here. I don't mean of your children, I mean.
Turned into a creeper.
Didn't need to specify.
Hashtag creeper hive. All right.
Yeah. Hashtag creeper. That's pretty good.
All right, we're doing this here. Oh no,
This is we're doing it. We're doing it live.
we're doing it live. Well,
Yeah, that's looking awesome. I love that you chose like lavender.
The old purple big pen, man, I love it.
oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
To finish this, I need like 3 more hours, but you know,
I always need 3 more hours now.
yeah.
But I've been trying to finish these things afterwards, just because I'm mad at myself from having all these unfinished pieces of artwork around my studio. I've been trying
I was thinking about that. I agree with you. I don't mean about you, but just that idea of, you know,
yeah, let's spend some time with this and get it right.
yeah.
Okay. So this is like a tomb I scanned. I don't know if anyone can see this. Let me see
Here,
if I
let me
can.
spotlight it.
Here we go.
Here we go, folks. Here, I'm just gonna.
Here we
Ooh.
go.
Okay. So check this out.
That's so cool.
Oh, and Cassandra, you don't even know. Watch this.
I'm like already
Yeah.
excited about what you're showing here.
I'll get out of here.
Check this out here. Let me just go like this.
How aggressively
I'm just-
did you have to move around to capture this?
The slower the better, and you got to go up and down and so on and so forth. Hold on once.
So
Were security guards your friend?
No, yeah, you know that's the thing about that. I was like, man, I'm kind of getting close to this medieval tomb here. It's like, okay, man, I'm nervous. Okay, check it out. So hold on here. There we go. So the
Oh,
scan itself,
God.
the more diffused it is, right? So this is what it was like, right? It bakes the lighting into it. So it was overhead light, but it was kind of diffused. So that's perfect.
Huh.
So if you add a light to it, then you could start to see.
So
You
it's
know, you
much,
could
much
create
better
your
if you have much better if you have flat light then.
Right, because it doesn't bake anything, and this is actually perfect for it. So if I wanted to, you know,
Dale, what
have
do you mean when
this
you say
like
flat light?
underlit.
What's that, Cassandra?
What do you mean when you say flat light?
Well, not a obvious direct light source, so that so that you can light it in here, right, Ray?
Yeah, no shadows.
Yeah. No shadows. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get this out of here. There you go. Just so everyone can kind of see.
Oh, so what is this app called again?
This is called, it's called, well, this is Blender, but Scaniverse is the app.
Scanner Bridge?
Scaniverse,
Oh,
Scaniverse with
Scanner
an
Or scan.
Yeah.
And 3, you said?
yeah, it's free.
Hmm.
Isn't that wild? And like
They'll
you could
do-
now I could do crazy
Uh,
stuff like what if it was like a green light and
Oh.
red light and then you could get the light just the way you want it. You can cut this up and combine this with other things. You know, do an entire, you just multiply it if you wanted to a bunch of times,
Doesn't get less creepy.
doesn't get less creepy. So anyways,
So cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
and that's
I have a-
nothing. I mean,
have
it's
a-
crazy.
I have a friend who's an engineer, a different engineer friend, architectural. And for years, he worked with an agency. He would go to historical sites. Some of them, sites of like atrocities, sites of like a pyramid type situation. And he
Yeah.
would do a full scan of it to make sure that like it was protected. Like that we knew
That's awesome.
yeah, that we
That's
knew
so
what it was like.
important.
It was really interesting. I think the company
Did he
went out
do
of
it through like
business.
with like a drone or like actual like I know people are scanning with
Mm.
drones now. I know there's like but actual
Nah,
high
this
end
is-
like scanning
this is-
equipment.
This is like 5 years ago, so it was probably with like some like 3D camera that you'd set up in a room and would scan it.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure it looked like a globe of sorts with like 50
Right.
cameras on it,
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure I can't even imagine how much better the tech is today. I mean,
It's
like,
pretty
it's like
amazing.
what you just did.
Yeah. And
What-
what I'm doing is not even like it's like almost antiquated now, which is nuts, but that's for another
I'm
stream.
surprised to do that.
Well, during the pandemic, I did that show on all of like restored items. It was like icebox doors and column pillar bases and stuff like that. And so my husband's old job, he had access to a 3D scanner. So his friend came out and scanned my whole show so people could see it in 3D because the show had to go virtual because of the pandemic. And it was so cool that like it could be everything could be seen, but like what you just showed was almost the equivalent of what they were able to do. So that's just wild. And that was just a couple years ago. And that scanner
Right.
cost several $1,000s.
No,
So
Yeah,
that
now-
there's a free app and it's on your phone just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, I know. I'm there with you. I'm just like a whole new world, I'm just
What
Brings out the Disney side
what
in you.
annoys me is that because I'm now when I get sent files to edit video, I'm getting sent like anywhere from like 8K to like 12K footage
oh,
for a first content that's going to be watched on someone's phone.
yep.
But then and so I had to upgrade my computer. I had to get a new computer. So there goes like thousands of dollars. And now I know that my computer is going to be great for 10K video. And then somebody's going to be like, we have this 3D video. We have
it's
this
over.
10K.
It's already
And they're gonna be
happening.
like, yeah, your computer is antiquated, man.
Yeah.
It needs to
Like,
be
I-
50K.
I
What did you
just
get for computer?
purchased it. I got the M3 Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I know. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, God, I know there's going to be a new one in October.
Yep.
I know it. And I'm like,
You know what?
Just
There's
wait.
always something faster. Okay.
yeah. There's always
You
something
just have
twice as
to-
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll,
But
you'll be fine.
well, what upset me was I have to wait till February for it. So now I'm like, gosh, it might as well be October.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, God,
Wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know
there's a
the
high
delivery
demand
dates
for
had
it.
slipped that.
they're pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Wow.
I almost drove to like, I was like, well, I could drive to Omaha this weekend and buy one, but they're pretty bad.
John, what are you working in?
Acrylics right now.
That's
Is that a
what they're
Blender
awesome.
add-on or something, John?
Yeah, I'm about to scan it.
Yeah.
I was imagining Ray walking around with a 3D flatbed scanner doing that. And I was like,
Yeah. Let me just do one more pass, John. Hold on. I know you have to go to bed.
Ray, we want to go to dinner. Just hold
Yeah.
on.
Second.
These
So, like-
mailboxes aren't going to be around forever. I need to scan it.
Yeah, I know, right?
How long did it
They
take
could be
you to
kinda-
scan that pediment?
Scan that grave thing,
Yeah.
the tomb. Maybe 4 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad. I wasn't sure if you were
No.
like totally just awkwardly scanning it for 10 minutes and someone's
No,
trying
I
to
mean, it
look at
was-
it and you're just like,
Yeah, it was awkward. It was awkward, but and the detail's not like it's okay. I've seen 3D scans that are just like of entire cliffs that are like unbelievable, but
Oh, come on. That's
this is
you
pretty
did that
good
with your
for
phone.
this is
That
pretty
to me
yeah,
is
I did this
amazing.
for my phone. Yeah, like all of this stuff is it's pretty nuts.
I mean,
I'm
it's pretty
yeah.
crazy that I showed you guys a photo on my flip phone that was taken not that long ago. Like,
no.
and that was like, people were like, oh my God, you could take a photo with your phone.
It's right on your phone, man. You didn't even have to like wind it up or
Yeah.
anything.
And then I can, if I'm willing to spend $1, I can text it to you.
I-
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy.
Oh my God, I forgot how expensive that stuff was.
Yeah. Or you like, I remember there'd be like, I remember I remember there was a girl I was dating in high school, and you couldn't tell if she was mad at me or if she was like out of minutes.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Minutes.
You're like, she was like,
Oh.
dude, I ran out of minutes.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
All my minutes are gone.
My minutes are gone. Oh,
I don't think she ran it.
Yeah, I know. That's what my dad would have said, Dale. You're like a Tim Trayvon echo. He's like, she's got plenty of minutes.
Just more minutes. She didn't have 20 minutes. That's all.
He's like, you're getting played, man. You're getting played.
I don't have any more Timmy minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. She ran out
Yeah.
of Timmy. She ran out of
You
Timmy
ran-
minutes.
oh yeah.
That's what you're doing. You are
Yeah.
reflecting your trauma on us with your
Right.
Ah, thanks. I'm glad this is 3 years of drawing hive therapy that we've finally gotten to the source.
Yeah, this is it. I get it now. So John, are you going over that with pastel or what?
John's muted. I don't think he knows.
I think he's just trying to keep the secret for himself.
it's oil pastel.
Oil pastel.
I used to start this way a lot with my portraits because it was really fast, but not fast enough for in here. It's what I did the panda in the other night and what I did, what's his name? Kevin McAllister.
Tim McAllister.
Last week was our first 2024 app, but I know Dale and Ray, you weren't here. And one of the things we were talking about was like resolutions. Do you guys have any art resolutions or like year goals for the year?
Do some more scanning.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ray's gonna
Scan the world. Scan the world.
I'm gonna
Scan the
find-
planet.
Yes, exactly. That's where Ray's going. I'm gonna find some kind of program that we can put Ray into to cure him of his scanning.
Yeah. Neural link.
Or
Yes. Yes.
I
We'll call
know
it-
a program.
That's what John is. John is just Visual Arts Passage Link. We've fully integrated him into it. He's he's hooked up permanently.
You'd still be getting texts to me.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
on
I
that
don't-
program, so that's automatic kind of, you gotta
Yeah.
do a certain amount of work, so.
Ray, you said
when,
scan.
when
Go ahead.
yeah, no, Dale, when are you done or projected to be done?
I'm in summer of 25.
Okay. We got to do a graduation episode.
Yeah, and
That
then
would be
I'll
so much fun.
I'll be a real artist then, or a real, I don't know, a real something or other, but not sure what.
It'll be a real artist. You're saying scan the world, Ray? And
Yeah, no.
I was no. I know. I know. I know that you'll do it. I know you would do it if you could though.
Yeah.
If we had the technology. But I drove by Sherwin-Williams the other day. It's Sherwin-Williams, it's Paint the World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
really?
is-
Okay.
That is a nutty slogan that they have.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
photo,
you really don't want to do that. Yeah.
yeah, the photo doesn't look so good anymore. Or the logo. The logo is just like the world being like destroyed by a bucket of paint.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so
I
right.
saw it and I was just like, is Sherwin-Williams evil? Like, that's a strange big swing that they took. That's
They
been
were
their
hiding
logo.
in
That's
plain
been their
sight,
logo.
man.
That's their logo. It felt like a Bond villain, like started
Yeah,
a paint
right.
company.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's been their logo
If it was
forever
a
though.
Bond villain, it would have been gold that they did that with.
Yeah. That's
Paint the
Elon Musk's
world.
Elon's next purchase is Sherwin-Williams.
You know,
Yeah.
That's pretty funny actually.
I'm working with Sherwin-Williams paint.
See how fast it happens?
I use their house paints all the time. They're great. And the cool part is Lowe's has Sherwin-Williams, Valspar is a Sherwin-Williams product.
Oh,
Just for posterity, somebody just shared the actual logo and it actually is way more evil. It's covered the earth.
yeah.
It sounds
Thanks,
that sounds way more devious. Yeah. It doesn't look good. It looks rough.
No, I hope some.
The optics are
AI
not good. I would agree on that.
And it's red too, so it kind of looks warm and you're like, I don't know, guys.
Like, might be time to reevaluate that.
And it's like dripping.
You-
It looks like they murdered Earth in their logo.
Yeah. Either that or triple down on it, right? Why go
Yeah.
outside?
I'm starting
Yeah.
to look more.
I gotta share it just so the recording makes sense. just so people understand what we're talking about. Pretty unusual.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty strange.
Some AI algorithm is going to jump on that. And it's like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing, right?
Oh, they're gonna be like our overlord Sherwin
Yeah.
told us to cover the earth.
You're right. Instructions received.
Yeah, I just wanted to go on the record though. I've never heard anybody talk about this, and I think it's so strange. And I was the one who noticed it.
Yeah.
I felt like, because in the day of the internet, it's like all of this stuff, it's already it's hard to have an original idea or like an original opinion.
Do you feel like Rowdy Piper in
You need to copyright it now.
they live? Yeah.
Uh,
Do you know what I'm talking about, Timmy?
no, I do. Yeah, I'm the one who knows. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, it is funny. Europe, Xander noticed that America's covered in paint, but Europe has yet to be covered in it. So maybe this is, I could see this becoming a,
Yeah. Does it look like,
like
it's like on the
the
side too? The world's on the side, isn't it? Because the
yeah,
poles are on the.
it's a really strange like
Yeah, what happened to the axis of the Earth?
it's really alarming.
He got thrown off its axis so badly.
All that red paint.
Because of the weight of the paint, guys.
Right.
It's, can you imagine the ad meeting for that? Like John Hamm being like, cover the earth.
Make it red.
More
Red. Yeah, that's what he would. You're right, Cassandra. He'd come into the meeting and he wouldn't say anything. He'd just go red everywhere. Yeah.
Cassandra, do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, a bunch. Because I just like to be busy like crazy. So I'm in a small work show that opens this Saturday. And then next month I'm in 2 shows. One in Charleston that's called Paired. So I did a pair of Georgian era style quokkas. And then I'm doing a piece for another show in San Francisco called Year of the Dragon. So I'm doing like a gentleman Regency iguana, like in a chair with a book, trying to make it very dignified. Because I think iguanas look like dragons.
Awesome. I loved your video for that on Instagram.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have fun with those. And then I have a solo show end of April, so I've got to do a lot for that too.
And how
Oh,
much
another one.
in that?
Mm-hmm. That one will be in Buffalo, right?
Oh, that at the Revolution Gallery?
Revolution Gallery. Yeah, I'll be back there again.
Sweet. Oh, you what April you said, right?
Yeah, end of April.
Okay. We got to find babysitters.
He's busy.
Send him the 45-minute window.
Wait, are you gonna be in? It's in Richmond.
Yeah, both of you.
No.
Oh.
The show for my next solo will be in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, I was saying if it was in Richmond, you guys could just have Sterling babysit, and you're set. Sterling Humley.
I just had a solo. He did not come and babysit.
He has a gold medal. He has a gold medal from the Society of Illustrators. He can probably babysit.
Yeah, but like, you got all your medals.
Yeah,
Do you
he's
wanna
got 9 of
babysit?
them.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So that's a good babysitter qualification. That's you gold medal society.
I don't think that it hurts.
For your father. Your father a good. You've been a good babysitter.
Right. Well, that was a bit of stolen valor. Let's be honest. Everybody, I just want to remind you, on the topic of gold medal winners and them teaching, our art mentorships are kicking up. They're starting this winter. The winter semester starts January 20th, and enrollment closes in 8 days. And you can learn from an artist like Sterling Hundley, which if you don't know who Sterling Hundley is, 1, you should. 2, he's one of the, I mean, John, you can elaborate more, but he's one of the most awarded illustrators working in the game right now. But we just have a tremendous program. If you're interested in illustration, fine art, character design, we really do have it. And our whole program is about like what we talked about last night, which is portfolio development, how to build your career, how to get started. If you're not ready to build that portfolio, you're going to build the skills you need to really put together work that fits into a portfolio that's targeted toward your goals, towards the art career you want to have. We really don't think you should settle for a career you don't want. You should put what you love and what you want to do in the crosshairs, and our mentors and our teachers and our community. The whole point of it is to help you keep that in the crosshairs and pursue it. And so really from your first class until your last class, it's all about how do we get you to do what you love and make a living doing it. That is, I think, the most simple explanation of our program, which is we help people figure out how to do what they love and get paid to do it.
It's a path.
Yeah, it really is a path from I love this, but I'm not getting paid to I love it, and I've made it my career. So the semester starts January 20th, which is in about 9 days, but enrollment closes on the 19th. So if you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, one thing I'll tell you is new students save $400. So you get to dip your toes without breaking the bank. You know, you're going to make a good savings, and I cannot recommend it enough. There's honestly, if you have a dream that you want to pursue, the last thing you should do is find an excuse to postpone it. The
Oh, I love
sooner,
that.
the sooner you focus and say, and you just dive in, the better. It's like, I always think of it like cliff jumping. The longer you're on the edge of the cliff, the scarier it gets, the harder it gets to jump in. And honestly, the more likely you kind of stumble and fall down the cliff. And I just think I'm always like, yeah, just jump in, just jump in. And honestly, the thing that's nice about VAP is you're going to have a lot of people that have jumped in the same spot. So, you know, it's safe. um, there's been a lot of trial. So I love the program. I'm really happy. Dale teaches with us, Cassandra, Raymond, John is our program director and co-founder. And that's just like the mentorships. Then we've got these guest speakers that are just killers. I mean, I know Bill Sienkiewicz is I mean, he's like a trailblazer in comics for what he does. And he's going to be in the class, and you're going to have an opportunity to ask questions, connect with him, and learn about what he finds interesting and what he does professionally. And I don't think there's any better way to connect with your goals than to learn from these people. We got a ton of art directors, art director for Time Magazine. We've got the deputy editor at Juxtapose Magazine.
Oh, cool. Look at it.
Yeah, it's Andy Park, director of visual development at Marvel. I mean, the bench is pretty stacked. I would say next semester, out of all of our semesters, a lot of teachers are going to be attending our guest speaker events.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. I just want people to know, don't miss it, really, especially next semester with the guest speaker lineup. It's crazy. So, John, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, really what we have been offering, what we've always offered from the beginning at the Illustration Academy, that's affected so many students and helped so many students develop careers. All of our faculty on the illustration side have all been through the program in one way or the other. They've been connected to us, and they've gone out, and they're great proof that it works. I think artists generally battle. They have a hard time setting outcomes and creating, you know, trying to figure out the industry and how to focus what's the most important way to move forward. And, you know, we've had a lot of really talented people come into our program that have achieved a lot of success. A lot of them would have done it without us, but I promise you it would have taken them a lot longer. And our goal is end product is professional portfolio, because that's the thing. I mean, you got to have it to work. And it's the getting focused on what a portfolio really is and sticking to it. I think we do a very good job of doing that. And I don't know, it works. It's worked for a lot of people. It's worked for everybody but Ray in this room. Cassandra and Dale have both been to our programs. Ray figured out how to
I'm
Ray figured out how to do it on his own, and he had a lot of really good instructors. You know, people that, you know, that are, well, he had an
I
instructor.
studied with your dad, you know.
He had
Not
an
that-
instructor that was a student of my father's. So you know, I always felt this way about being an artist. It's like the quicker you can do it, the better off you are. The quicker you can start working in the industry, the more likelihood that you'll be an artist, that you'll stick around and You know, it can be a very tough road. It can be a very difficult thing without somebody helping you navigate it. And I think we do a really good job navigating it, helping people navigate it.
Yeah. I always think you all are very lucky in that you know what you love,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like you know what you love and then because a lot of like stars have to align. You know what you love, but then you also knew how to do it because a lot of people know what they love and then they just are like, "Oh, I didn't know I could actually do that." Like
Right.
they're just they're just like, I don't know. I mean, people don't really do that, do they? You know? It's pretty amazing.
Well, I feel like one of the coolest things of being a former Illustration Academy student was you got to be around a whole lot of people that were actually doing the thing that you were talking about wanting to do. But I didn't know other artists that like were making their living as an artist. I knew artists that were doing work, but they had other jobs and like they were trying to balance the two, but mostly it was an art on the side situation. But to be around artists that were full-time artists, like that proved to me it was possible, and that was so exciting. And just to hear them talk about their day-to-day experience was a big boost for me of just knowing it was possible.
That's so important, isn't it?
God, it's so
Mhm.
powerful.
It
It really
also,
is.
yeah, it also helps people set their sights so that, you know, you see all these guest speakers and you're like, you know, not everybody relates to every guest speaker, but we show so many of them, they're going to relate to some of them. And you're going to see it verifies it. You're going to see that it can be done. And, you know, that's usually the biggest thing I see, you know, missing in most educational programs. It's like, okay, well, how do you get from here to there? And, you know, because what I want to be doing is what they're doing and talk to the people that are doing it.
Mhm.
Um, we're closing in, so we got about 5 minutes or so before we start heading over to Instagram. So if you really want to see your work tonight, I'd start posting it pretty soon. If not now, please use hashtag Drawing Hive, hashtag Drawing Hive Hunger, and at Visual Arts Passage. We're gonna scope it all out at the end of the night. So I'd start posting now if you care. I always get like a text being like, "You guys never see my artwork." This is more of a Instagram
Well,
support
this is
email,
good. That's good that you're getting the text,
not
not
a
any
text.
of
I get
us.
an email or a direct message on. Yeah. Oh wow, looking at some pretty awesome stuff already. It's gonna be a good one. Ray, do you want to hear do you want to hear I was going to tell you about Gianna's review of the thing, which
Yes, I do.
if
More than
anybody
anything
knows,
else in the world.
if anybody knows, Ray, is that your favorite movie?
No, I think it's my favorite horror movie
Favorite horror movie?
for sure.
I know
And I
that
love John Carpenter's
that holds up.
movies.
Holds up so well.
Yeah.
But we were watching it. Dale, you'll get a kick out of this. And Gianna was like, "It's a research facility, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why do they have so much dynamite?" And I was
Must be the
like,
case.
and I was texting Ray at the same time, and I was like, "Tough guy heaven."
Tough guy heaven. Yeah.
I was just like, it's just tough guy heaven. It's a bunch of dudes in Antarctica with just a ton of dynamite,
You gotta
Yeah,
be
man.
That
a,
feels safe.
an unlimited amount of J and B.
I know. That's what that always killed me. It's like, wow, they brought a lot of alcohol.
They must have brought so much J and B. Yeah.
They're
And
scientists, right? I mean, that's what
yeah,
she
they're all
did
just
back in
they're
the
all
day.
scientists, but they're all just like
Actually,
tough
in
as nails.
Antarctica, they do have a pretty good setup bar-wise if everybody brings their own personal stash. Like
Mhm.
I have been to Antarctica and I heard and like you hear them tell stories about it.
There was a girl I dated a while.
See, so they did
She
research. Even
There
better.
was a-
Take that, Gianna.
There was a girl that I dated for a while, and she spent a full year in Antarctica, which
Wow.
sounds like a person desperately trying to get away from me. But it was after we dated. It was a while after. But I have a postcard from Antarctica, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Did she ever claim she didn't have enough minutes to talk to you?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that situation. It was like, bye, I'm gonna go to Antarctica.
Dude,
was
if
like-
you have a
Funny,
chance, you go.
She's like, this has been great, but I have to go to Antarctica.
I ran out of minutes. Sorry.
Sorry,
know,
not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. The thing I think, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I might be mistaken, was Drew Struzan's that wasn't his first movie poster, was it?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
He did it in a weekend though.
What
He
year,
did it over a weekend.
what
Wow.
year was it?
Please, somebody-
1980. So the thing. 1982.
So no, it couldn't.
That seems, it seems pretty late for him doing that.
Yeah.
To be his first.
Why did I
He was.
Why did I think it was his first? No, he did. Yeah, he did so many other
He
things.
was already pretty busy. I mean, he had done those Alice Cooper album covers in the 70s.
Right, but he had worked for Pacific Light and Sound, I think, at the time. So this is, I think, when he worked on the thing, he went freelance.
I would love it if somebody pulled that up for me. I've got too many things going on here. I'm talking talk about you, Xander. No, just like pulling up the art. I want to see the art.
Yeah, Xander, let's pull up the I'll race you to the art. How about that? I'll make it fair.
Where's the soundboard for the OK Corral? Like, do-do-do-do-do, wah,
Oh, yeah.
wah, wah. Pull that first.
There it is. Got it. Boom, done. I was just trying to find like the sketches for it. This is it. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, man. That's
Wow.
sure. That's a weekend.
yeah.
That's
He said that the paint, this is acrylics, right? He said that when the courier picked it up, the paint was still wet on
Wow.
the strips.
Ray,
That's how fast it flew out the door.
Ray, this is my question: is because I've seen the light emitting from the winter coat.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Was that his concept originally? 'Cause that's not in the movie. It's like it's very conceptual.
Yeah. No, that might have been his. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. That I don't know for sure. I know that's him dressed up in his winter jacket,
Yeah.
like his ski outfit
Really?
in his parking lot. Because I remember seeing the reference in the documentary.
Yeah. Wow.
Let me find the comp for that here. Hold on one second. There might not have been a comp for this. Oh, why do I think there was? So-
If Ray went to visit Drew Struzan, he would just scan him. And
yeah, I would scan everything. You mind if I scan your studio, bro? Yeah, there's the comp. Yeah, I knew it existed.
Oh, wow. That's the comp.
wow.
Yep.
That's pre-Photoshop. Wow.
Yeah, it's pre-Photoshop, folks. That's when airbrush was not a digital term.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That's a good comp.
I don't need no stinking Photoshop.
I don't need no stinking Photoshop.
Hey, everybody, we're going straight over to Instagram in 5 minutes.
Okay.
We're going straight to it.
We're not stopping anywhere.
Get in if you want to live.
Felt like a very dad way of wording
Yeah.
that.
So that's what this show demands. It's stern dad energy.
Stern dad energy. That's so attractive sounding.
I like it.
Here's a quote on it that was posted in the chat. They needed a poster for John Carpenter's The Thing in a hurry. So I conceived it, painted it, and my art was delivered to the studio all within 24 hours.
Oh my God.
In fact, when they put it,
24.
that's what I don't know where this quote is from. In fact, when they
Yeah,
put it
maybe,
under
yeah.
the glass to photograph it, the paint stuck to the glass because the thing was still wet.
Yep.
It's amazing.
The
Yeah.
thing.
So I guess it was 24 hours. I'm getting it confused. I know like Craig Nelson, one of my teachers, he did. Timmy, you remember Monster Squad? You might have been too young for it.
Oh, I remember Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my teacher Craig Nelson did the poster for it, and he did that over the
Oh,
weekend. I
that's
know.
awesome.
Cool.
All right, I got to show just one Monster Squad the poster here really quick.
Please, please, please.
You gotta find that. You gotta find that poster and scan it.
Been fact checked. It's on Twitter from the man himself.
No, yeah, I believe it is 24. I must have gotten it the timeline messed up. It's not what.
You're
It's just
slipping
not
up.
like me to mess that up.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the reliable source, Ray, and
Totally.
Seriously.
I gotta say, this is one of the more embarrassing nerd segments you've ever delivered, Ray.
Hey, ever?
Was it actually you, Suzanne, who painted it? Right.
You know, at this point, I don't trust myself. This is
Oh,
Craig's.
that's
yeah.
amazing.
That's
You can see it
awesome.
right there.
fun.
This is charcoal and like airbrush.
I love that era of movies where it's just like a bunch of kids and like parents are like nowhere to be found.
Right.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
They're all
they
just like
leave
working
their
late.
homes at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
They're
I
gone
mean, that
all
was
night.
the norm.
I
My
was
dad
gonna
would
say,
just
you mean
home
my
for us to come
childhood?
back.
Yeah.
Oh, mine too.
No, but like the movies, they don't even like parents aren't even characters. It's like
No.
they're not even like there's just nothing. There's just nothing.
Well, think about
They're-
the explorers. Like the kids went to space. Did the parents notice?
Yeah.
It's true. Well, I was home. I know that because I remember it's the thing, you know, when you watch TV and at 9 o'clock, at least around my end, it was like, it's 9 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I've been here like since 3 o'clock. Came right after school.
Yeah. There's a really fun study that was done. I remember I had to read about it in college in a class about this guy that studied like a neighborhood over like multiple generations, and it was the miles. He would interview the kids and ask them like how far away from their home, like what's the furthest you've ever been from your home, and like every generation it got like halved.
Oh,
And like
wow.
and like
Wow.
in the 1930s, kids were going like, or like in the 1940s or whatever, because they were interviewing adults too. Kids had gone like 10 miles from their home. They've gone like the maximum amount you could go from the home and like get back before dark.
That's what I used to do. You know, we
Yeah.
go to Boston and skateboard and try to
Yeah.
get back, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember being like, wow, this is the furthest I've ever been from my home. And like turning around in my home being like within eyesight.
That's really fun.
No, I'm exaggerating, but I just know that like, yeah, like John, you went to like New York City from Vermont, didn't you?
No, from Connecticut. I
From
took
Connecticut?
Buddy and
Yeah.
I took the train in to the city and went to Times Square when we were 13.
When Times Square was not.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's when it was the deuce. It was the absolute worst experience. One of the most traumatic things in my life.
Yeah, that's my favorite Seth Meyers joke is New York in the 1970s, so sleazy there were two James Francos from the Deuce, you know, because he's a twin. All right. Had to explain that one.
Oh, John, that looks awesome.
Yeah, John.
Wow.
Um, this is one that will never get finished. I,
Oh my God, look at these. What the hell?
Oh, wow.
Check it out.
Whoa.
Check it out. Awesome stuff.
Dave Coulier.
Love it.
Oh, neat, Alberto. That's really good.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Oh,
I love that.
So much fun.
That's so
That's awesome.
Oh, beautiful. Very delicately done.
Color, yeah. Wow.
Wow, Paul.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice one, Paul.
nice drawing.
That's great.
That's
Wow.
good. Oh,
Nice.
Whoa, that's so much
that
fun.
is just lovely.
I love the pattern in the background.
Yeah, me too. Great job, Karen.
Love it.
Really nice.
Pretty
Yeah.
beautiful.
Good marks.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, whoa.
Nice.
It's hopping around.
Really
Wow.
nice.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Look
Look at
Oh,
that one, huh?
wow. Beautiful.
Nice.
boy,
Really good, AJ.
Wow.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
cool.
that's beautiful.
Really interesting choices. Love it.
Cool. Fun.
Good job.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Felicity.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's
That's
neat, Jeff.
fun.
I love it.
Jason Schwartzman's
Oh,
so funny in that one.
Fantastic.
Hands were terrific.
Yeah, wasn't it? Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Really good.
Oh, nice.
Great job.
Whoa.
Love it.
Dang,
Ah, come on,
Gary.
Gary.
Jeez.
Look at that.
That's a flex. Really good job.
I can't start my new year off like that, Gary.
You're really taking
Nice.
Ray's resolutions.
Yeah.
Mm,
Love it.
great job.
Nice.
Whoa.
There it
that's
is.
pretty
I told
Nice.
you.
Wow.
What did I say?
You're right.
Yeah.
When
And
when I
you're
was-
right.
Yep.
It's totally like his atmosphere on that. Beautiful value
it.
too.
I would be a
Nice, Lynn.
Whoa.
director.
Really
Nice.
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 Fun.
Oh, that's
Really
cool,
Love that one
Aaron.
too.
Nice,
Oh,
Aaron.
wow, how fun is that?
It really
Yeah.
is.
Nice.
Oh,
That's awesome.
wow,
Whoa.
Lynn, you're on tonight. That's really nice.
Awesome.
Good
Man.
job. Lovely.
I love it, Marcy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Home run.
Oh,
Fantastic,
man.
Marcy. Oh, that's cool, Nicole.
Very
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice. Good one, Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff's got to do like 12.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Thanks,
Very
Rebecca. Good
That's
job.
great. A good likeness.
Yeah, really soft. Like it.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's cool.
Wow.
really beautiful.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. Really
Whoa.
lovely.
Ah,
Oh,
man.
dang.
Ray, that
Again.
was almost a
How'd you get that much
disgust.
done, man?
No.
It's
Right.
really good.
Ray just like
Really good.
stress threw up.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Gary.
It was
Ray's
screaming,
like,
no,
"Oh."
no, don't scroll.
Oh shit. Shoot.
Cool.
Good
That's
job.
great.
Oops.
Nice. Nice.
Fantastic.
Rose. So well done. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm,
Oh,
Nice.
that's lovely.
That
Yeah.
really is lovely. New artist, if you are, welcome.
Yeah, love it.
nice ball.
Oh, that's great.
That's
Really
good.
nice texture that you got in
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
There you go.
Job, really fun.
Yeah.
Marcy.
Love Marcy's. Love him
Oh
always.
my gosh,
that.
that's so much fun.
Oh, wow.
That's A for effort right there. That's
Really
amazing. That's a lot
impressed.
of work.
Yeah. Really good design on that.
I think that person's seen the movie for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, that's so much
Nice.
fun.
Ooh. Wow. Really well done.
Oh man, that's
Oh, nice,
awesome.
Xander.
Great job, Xander.
That's so great.
Really fun.
Great name.
Nice.
Love it.
Hey, you know what? This show needs some edge.
Yeah, that's awesome. That
Does
is
it, though?
beautiful. Look at that. Wait, look at the
You mean the
texture on
edge of a
arm, the
lawnmower
patterning.
blade?
Yeah, that's like
Oh
my
my
Wow.
almost
gosh.
everything.
That is beautiful.
That's
The
gorgeous.
patterning on the arm. Oh, yeah,
Really
really
nice.
great job. Really great job. Oh, that's lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
We need
Love it.
to, I've mentioned this before, but the more I think about it, we need to do a highlight reel of Cassandra's voice. Look,
I just
But
need
it's
that.
nice.
Yeah, I totally agree, John. I need it on while I'm working.
yeah, I just,
Yeah. Me too.
I want it as my like alarm clock.
You know what? If that was that would
I would listen to that on bike rides.
You're
Yeah.
doing great,
Yeah,
Dale.
that's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Positive
everybody
energy.
does so good.
It's because it's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genuine. Yeah. Listen, we need to take up a collection for it. I'm in. Just send us your rates.
We'll-
I
we'll-
would
we'll send
like,
Ray down there to scan you. And we'll be-
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what? It would be nice if Drawing Hive had kind of a Bill Cunningham type where it's like if he doesn't take a photo of you, it's not a big deal because he doesn't take a photo of people unless they look amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then when Bill Cunningham takes a photo of you, it's like, oh wow, you did something right.
yeah, yeah, you do.
Like the Paul Hollywood handshake.
Yeah. No, amazing.
Oh,
Whoa, I love that.
Nice.
That's
wow.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Wow, that was good.
Whoa.
Great job.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nice,
Nice.
Sally. That's awesome,
Nice,
Sally.
Sally.
Sally,
Yeah,
Good.
the
Love to see
line
it.
work
It's
on
so
that
pretty.
is fantastic.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Excellent.
So good. And your
Excellent.
touches of color, really
Cool.
good.
Whoa.
Lisa, we told Lisa, we said, Lisa, you got to tell us the next time you tune in and we'll get you
know.
on the panel.
I don't know if that's
Or is that her daughter?
or her daughter.
No, it's
Oh.
Lisa. It's her photo.
Oh,
No,
it
no,
is.
no. But
Yeah.
her daughter is not on social media and she was posting her work for her last week.
I'm just saying, she's drawing our art. She should be on the panel.
Yeah, she should.
I,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
that's
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's her daughter's piece. It says her
Oh,
name.
I understand now.
Yeah.
Ah,
not to be a, not to
Kayla
be a
did a
student
great
in our
job.
program.
I don't
Fantastic
read.
piece.
I don't read. I understand now. I thought you said her. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Wow.
Good job.
Nice.
Good drawing there. I like how you've brought the hair around. Really nice.
Wow. That's the last one, and it's a good one. It's a good one to end
It's
on.
a great one.
Very good.
Everybody, thank you so much. I just want to say one last thing. Enrollment closes January 19th. You got 8 days left. So if you love doing this, you want to make it a career, the one thing I can tell you is you're not going to find a better institution to help you get there. And it's an amazing community. So thank you guys. Thank you all for drawing with us. It's been awesome, especially if you're a new artist tuning in. Please, we're going to be here next week, next Thursday, same time, same place. We'll have a new topic. And had a blast drawing. Well, I had a blast listening to you guys draw. So
Yeah, don't get carried away there, Timmy.
sorry.
We had a blast drawing with
The talk.
We're gonna get him
You do a
some,
lot, but you
but-
don't do that much.
I would say at least I should be able to just say I do.
That's right. You should. You've been here enough. I bet you can draw. You've been here so much.
I've been here long enough. I probably can draw.
Listen, thank you, Cassandra, Ray, Dale, for joining us. It's very, very helpful and love hanging out with you guys. So thanks so much. Everybody have a great week.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
I